My name is Jessie Vu, and I have been helping middle income Canadians make better financial decisions for over 20 years. For the next month, I'm going to be in Vietnam sharing financial tips from overseas. Here are some of the common money mistakes people make when traveling. Number one, using a credit card that charges foreign transaction fees. Some credit cards charge foreign transaction fees every single time you use your card to make a purchase in another country. And these foreign transaction fees can be up to 3% of every purchase. So, just like that, it's like you're giving away $3 for every $100 you spend. Number two, forgetting to tell your bank about your travel plans. Since identity theft is a rampant issue, banks are often hesitant to allow purchases in a foreign country unless they actually are aware you're traveling there. If you forget to tell them of your travel plans, chances are the next time you swipe your card, it's going to be denied. So, what you should do is make an international call back home to your bank to sort it out before you spend a dime if you have forgotten to tell them before you left. Number three, sometimes when we travel, we forget about our other lives. So, common money mistake is forgetting about your bills back home. Sometimes we're caught up in the sights and sounds of another country, but don't get so caught up that you forget about what's going on at home. If you're going to be traveling for weeks, make sure you tend to your bills before you go so you don't get hit with late payment fees. In fact, I recommend you automate your bill payments so you don't have to think about them. Now, if you have a laptop and an internet connection abroad, you might be tempted to pay your bills online. Just make sure you don't do this over public Wi-Fi. I was recently in the Japan airport and I tried to use a public Wi-Fi and it was so unsecure, my phone just refused to connect. Just be careful because these public Wi-Fis are places where your financial information can be stolen. Next tip, exchanging your money at the closest currency kiosk you see. You see, these businesses are set up at the airport because they know it's a great way to get in front of tourists who probably forgot to change their money and really haven't researched the best exchange rate. And so they don't even know they're getting a bad deal. If you are planning on carrying cash with you abroad, just make sure you research the exchange rates before you go so you kind of know what to expect. Then head for an ATM. You'll usually get a better exchange rate there, though your bank may charge you an ATM fee and possibly an additional fee for using your credit card abroad. Find out what these fees are beforehand so you can minimize the number of times you need to do this exchange. Now, this next one's going to be a little controversial. It's over tipping. See, back in North America, Canada, US, we're probably in the habit of tipping 10 to 15% every time we go to a restaurant. But you don't have to do this in most other countries. Most countries, or I wouldn't say most, but many countries actually pay their service staff a higher wage so that customers can tip less. Some restaurants may already add the service charge onto your bill, so make sure you pay attention to that so you don't end up tipping twice. Make sure you go over the bill carefully in case the restaurant has added extra gratuity so you don't spend more than you need to. Okay, next tip. Keep your money in an accessible place, but don't keep it so accessible that pickpockets can slip your wallet out of your pocket or purse without you knowing. You won't even realize till you get to the next destination, find there's actually no way to pay for anything. Keep a close eye on your valuables at all times, and whenever possible, just don't take all of your money together at the same time. If there are multiple adults going in your party, just spread the cash around between everyone just in case one person gets pickpocketed, you don't lose everything. So, what about our cell phones? Some of us forget to switch our cell phone plan. And so, often using your cell phone abroad can lead to huge overage charges. Before you go, look into your cell phone plan providers' international plans and see if you can switch for a month so you can use your phone abroad without being penalized. If that's not an option, consider turning off your phone when you're abroad or purchasing a prepaid phone when you arrive at your destination. Now, a lot of plans now, the minute you land in a new place, the roaming automatically comes on. So pay attention to that. Now, travel is expensive enough with throwing away your money on costly fees and mistakes. So before you get on that flight, have a look at these tips and make sure you avoid them while you're abroad. Finally, What do I see as the number one mistake people make when traveling? It's not spending enough time paying attention to what you're using your money for. I've worked with clients who planned for a $5,000 vacation who ended up using 15,000. How is this possible? Well, they just forget to keep track of their spending. And honestly, a swipe here, a swipe there on your credit card can add up to thousands of dollars of unintentional convenient spending. Keeping track of your spending while you're traveling sounds super boring, but savvy financial people know that things that are not measured will definitely be overspent.